I'm Mekita Jacqueline Coe, and I am taking you on a walk with me through my community again today. Yesterday, I took you down the avenue in the evening time. Maybe I'll circle back around to that a little later and show you actually what the avenue looks like during the daytime. But today, I wanted to talk about the mayoral election here in New York City, and we have a candidate that has called for the elimination of private property. He has called for the elimination of private business ownership. He has called for the elimination of rents, because once the city and the state and the government owns all of the properties, they won't have to charge any tax. They won't have to charge any rent for the units that you live in, because they can get that rent money out of your taxes. Apparently, obviously, you're going to be working. So maybe it'll be a different economic system than what we're accustomed to here in the United States of America. There are a few things that can be talked about, right? It's all very convoluted, but first thing is that a lot of people come into the United States of America and they say, look at these Black Americans. They are so downtrodden. They must be tired of this system. This system is oppressive to them. No one cares about them. They've been abused for generations, and we're going to go into America and we're going to join with the Black Americans and we're going to tear America down, baby. Nah, son. You got it fucked up. This is my country. You got it very fucked up. That's not how it's going to go down. You're not going to come to America, join with the downtrodden Black Americans, and take over the American system. We're not doing that. Excuse my language. I didn't mean to use profanity. But yeah, we love our country. So, it's our country, right? There are a few things that many people don't know completely about the people that we refer to as Black American, or the people who other people love to refer to as African American. We don't always share our feelings. A lot of times we find ourselves in the groups of people who look like us and who are not like us. And being that they look like us and they're not like us, they don't feel like us, they don't think like us. And there are limitations to the things that we can say amongst one another when we're with people who look like us but who are not like us. So one of those things is that we love our country. One of those things is that we are not going to commit treason against our country. We appreciate America. We want America to be like how it is, and we want to participate in our system, honestly, and we like our system. So when you introduce socialism, or you're introducing communism, and you say to the Black American, well, you've gone through so much in America, isn't it just fair that you have a new economic system, because you've been treated so unfairly for so long? So wouldn't you just rather join in on a different system and tear down the existing system? Similar to what they're doing to our communities, right? They're coming into our communities, or no, I say ours loosely because I don't own, right? I'm a renter. But they come into these communities where predominantly Black Americans once lived. I showed you the trestle where all of the Black actresses and movie stars and entertainers were over in Adelaide Park. And back in those days, in the 60s and the 50s, Adelaide Park literally stretched from Merrick Boulevard all of the way over to the Cross Island Expressway. A lot of people who come into these communities don't understand how big this community once was. It had to be chopped down into smaller zip codes to make it more digestible. But all of these neighborhoods were always connected, and they were always high standard communities, I would say, without saying too much more than that. So what I want to do is show you these homes. And the thing is that I'm addressing the communist statements that We need to change our systems, and we need to look for ways where we no longer have to depend on the economic structure that is currently America. So I'm going to try to turn the camera around if I'm able to, but I guess I'm not. So I'm a novice, right? If you're from channel 2 or channel 4 or channel 2 and 3, or you're on some cable fly shit and you like, she don't know what she's doing, you're right. Yeah, I know. She don't know what she's doing, but I'm still talking, right? So, give me a moment of your time if you got it. So these are our homes, right? This is what we have here. And, like I said earlier, it's not like we have a lot of grass space or anything. They're just humble little homes that some black person was able to secure. Had a job, and he bought a home. He got a little car, maybe 2 bathrooms on the inside of the place. He has a backyard. Maybe if he wants to go outside and maybe barbecue a hamburger, he can do that because he has a little bit of space, and his little chair or something like that. He can put a little chair in front of his place if he wants to, even fix on his car if he like, or she'd like, right? So these are our neighborhoods. This is what we're working with. That's what we're working with. They're quaint, these are mansions. Don't get it twisted. I'm not taking you on this walk and this talk with you because I want to walk you through the Hamptons, and I want to show you what how the big dogs live, and riding it on a helicopter and landing on top of the house type of. No, that's not what's happening over here, right? It's just people working. Just people looking for a place to exist and a place to be comfortably and to be themselves, right? So it's the community, right? Hi. Ow! Hi. Sorry. Excuse me. So it's the community, right? And because it's the community, people get an opportunity to choose how they want to live, right? And so let's get back into these two ideas real quick. I don't want to, I'm not going to stay here forever because I can't do that. But let's talk about communism. So I looked up communism, and it says that communism is a type of nationality that has no nationality. It's a type of economic system that does not focus on the nation that it takes part in. It focuses on the economy and the people, right? That's communism. Communism is usually a little bit more peaceful than, this is what the books say. I don't know. I'm not a communist. I've never lived in a communist place, and I hope that I never do. But socialism, on the other hand, it speaks to nationalism, and socialism, as it were, also lends itself to another form of government called fascism. And the fascism is a dangerous form of government because through fascism, people then become violent. The violence is primarily because of a focus on nationalism and the type of people who are being serviced by the fascists in whichever town or nation that there are. And it's basically, it goes right back down to economics. It's about, rich people trying to get rich on the backs of people who never had an opportunity to. So behind me right now, this is one of the city's plant houses that they brought into our community. The city decided that the black communities needed more housing, I guess more affordable housing, they call it. And so this is the affordable housing option from the city. It does not look like the other houses around it because the other houses around it were built by neighborhood planners. The other houses were built by built in the 40s and the 50s by people who were planting blocks. So the city's stepping in now, and they're finding ways to make housing affordable for people who want to own houses. And so this is what they're doing. This is the affordable housing option by the city of New York for the people who live in New York. As you see, there is no grass at this moment. I'm not sure if they plan on putting any grass here, but they have a driveway, they have a walkway, they have a doorway. It looks like a trailer. It looks like a trailer. There are lots of these all over the neighborhood. They are very unattractive. People like to refer to them as Home Depot houses because they look like you took them out of a box and just put it on a plot of land and walked away. Now, that's what's happening at this moment. Before this moment happened in time, the homes we would have maybe 3 houses on a block. So these are not attached houses. This is a place, this part of town is where the houses are a little bit larger and they have larger yards.
Who the fuck is telling me no? Who the fuck are you to tell me no? These motherfuckers is paying for the fucking owner. I'm giving you instructions.
So we had houses like this, and people would come in and they say, well, that's a lot of house. Maybe that house might have 5 bedrooms in it. Maybe that house might have 4 bedrooms in it, right? I think this is an original structure. I don't believe it's been torn down and rebuilt as of yet, but I am pretty sure that the one next to it has been torn down and rebuilt with subpar materials by some person who was able to secure a loan and maybe buy out somebody who was in foreclosure, maybe purchase the land and the existing building on the land for back in those days. I'll say this place was maybe built in 1990, in the 90s. So they would have purchased the property that was standing here previously for maybe $100,000, $150,000, and with whatever was left over from their loan, they remodeled the place and made it into a multiple dwelling location. As you see, it's falling apart. It only lasted for about 30 years because of the materials used to create it. And this is how they destroy the community, by bringing in this subpar materials and this idea of becoming wealthy off of communities that were meant for people to live in. These places are not meant for people to become wealthy, and I said that in the previous video. These people don't want wealth, right? This is not what these communities were created for. These communities were created for comfort. These people wanted a place to live. And what's happening is that people are coming from other places and they're seeing that these people have these places to live, and they're tearing down the places that the people have to live and constructing places that make the community look like no one should live here, right? It was not what was anticipated when these communities were planned to have slab houses thrown up, not by the city, nor by investors from other countries who come here and try to become landlords in neighborhoods like this one and think that because they bought a house, now they should be able to cut that house up however they want to, rather it fits in the community, rather it doesn't fit in the community, rather it's out of place, misaligned. They want to do what they want to do because they say in America, people are free. People have the free will. But that doesn't mean that because it's free will in America that you should come to America and destroy America because we allow people to have free will. Why is your will to destroy the community? Why is your will to ghetto up the place? Why is that your will? You came to the country to live here, most of you. So why will you get here and you think that the best thing for you to do is to destroy what you see, tear it all down, and charge someone else more than you had to pay in order to live in a neighborhood that they've always lived in? Make that make sense. Make that make sense. How that make sense to you? How that sound? I don't know, but it don't sound right to me. You have a lot of big words y'all guys throwing around out there. Imperialism, capitalism, communism, fascism. People just want to live, man. People want to be able to go, get a job, right? Start a business, get a job, start a business. People want to get a job, start a business, buy a house, buy a car. Why y'all making it so difficult? Why it gotta be so hard, man? Right? Nobody wants to go. Nobody's trying to change the economic system of our country. We just want in. We just want to participate, man. We don't want to change it, man. Dammy, whoever the fuck you are. Excuse me for using profanity. We don't want to change the system, man. We want to participate in the capitalist system. I want to participate in my system. I want to have businesses or a business or a job, the means to earn enough income to buy one of these bad boys. I mean, it don't even have to be the biggest, baddest, brickest, flyest house in the neighborhood. I just want in. Don't tell me that I can't have in on my system because so many other people have jumped in before I could get in, and they have hijacked the dream of America so badly that I can't participate in the dream of my own country. That's not fair. Don't tell me that you want us to have communism, and now I can't participate in my system because you came from your country. You don't like how my country get down, and now you want to shut us all down. You want to stop us, all of us. You want to tear down the little one-family houses that we had, turn the little one-family houses into, what's this? How many houses? How many family in there? 1, 2. That's just 2 family right there. In the basement, right? So you're going to tear down a one-family house, turn it into a 3-family house, and then tell me that I can't participate in the system because I don't have enough money to get down with you. It's not fair. But even though it's not fair, no one is saying that they prefer communism and socialism. You know, I'm about to close it out. I remember Governor Cuomo said something just now, the other day or whatever. He was like, free. I guess it was yesterday. He was like, free. Yeah, everybody wants free. I want free food. I want free clothes. I want free rent. I want free. Let me tell you something. I don't want free. You know what I want? I want to be able to afford food. I want to be able to afford a house. I want a job. I want into the system. I don't want to be on the outskirts of the system talking about how we should change the system and what the system would look like if the system wasn't like it is anymore, if we destroy it. So, come on, man. You mean you got to destroy it? You've got to destroy it in order for people who are not participating in it to get in? Do better, man. Do better. Don't destroy it. I'm not asking you to destroy it. I like capitalism. I like the idea that he can have a Yugo, or I'm dating myself. You don't even know what a Yugo is. He can have a Kia, or she can have a Mercedes, or he can have an Audi, and she can have a Cape, and he can have a Colonial, and he can have a connected house, or she could have a detached house, or she can have a brick house, or he could have a brick house, or they could have a stucco house, or, you know, I believe in my country. I believe in the dream. And just be a little patient, maybe. You know, don't go jumping, try to destroy the place. You only been here for 20 years, right? That's what you like to tell me. That you tell me and my boyfriend, whoever it is that I'm with whenever I'm with somebody. I ain't with nobody right now. But, but hi, Mama, what's going on? Jeez.
You passed my house, you don't
I
say
did.
hi?
I didn't even know this was you, Rose. I'm so sorry.
Oh my God.
It's a neighbor. It's a neighbor. Take
Okay,
care.
darling.
I'll see you later. So, you tell me, I've been here for 20 years. I've been here for 20 years. Okay, you've been here for 20 years. You bought a house. You got a car. You probably have a business. You went to college here. I'm talking to Mamdami now. Your mother got start a extraordinary film career, right? Right here in America. Your father's a professor right there at one of the best, most prestigious schools on earth. Your father is a professor in America. Your mother is a filmmaker in America. You've been alive on earth for 30 years. Your parents have been in this country since the 90s or maybe even the late 80s. And you have all that you have in this country. A house, a car, a job, a girlfriend. You got married the other day. A wife you had. You're about to have children. All right here in America. It might not be in a quaint neighborhood like this. I mean, you rich. That's because you can get rich here. If it weren't for capitalism, your mother and your father couldn't have come to America and gotten rich to the point that you don't have to work and you can sit around and practice politics. You think that I want to practice politics? I can't afford it. I don't have the time to just continue to canvass and ask people to put me on a ballot. I don't have the luxury. Politics is a luxurious job. So what I'm saying to you, young man, Zohran Mamdami, and all y'all little dudes that's running around behind him talking about he's a king and y'all want him to take over the nation. Y'all want him to take over New York. Y'all want him to make it, change the system, tear it down, make rent free, make food free. You can't have free rent. You can't have free food. What you should want is to have a job that you can pay for your own food. That's what you should want to do to the system. You want to do something to the system? Make this system work in a way that you can afford your own food. Make this system work in a way where you can afford your own rent, not only rent, but your mortgage. Come on, son. Make the system work. Don't destroy the system. You came over here and got fat. You came over here and got rich. And now you want to stop everybody else from getting something? Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that here, because we don't deserve it. Did nobody do nothing to you? When you came to America, we opened up our arms. We opened up our mind. We didn't ask you to stop practicing your religion. We didn't say, yo, we Christian. We don't like how, we don't feel, we feel uncomfortable when you got a temple in front of your house and you outside praying in a little temple in the yard in your house. We ain't say don't do that, because we're not like that. We accept people. We're accepting. We are Americans, right? The lady with the torch, and she's saying, send me, you're tired, you're weak, you're weary, and I will give them rest. This is us. I mean, it's not as romantic as it looks, standing out in the middle of the fucking ocean, but that's how we are. We are loving, we are kind, we are welcoming, we're inviting. I remember when my grandmother said about her father, I like to call him Captain America sometimes. I go on a tangent, I start writing about him and stuff like that. But, he had fought in a lot of wars and stuff. He had started fighting in the Spanish-American wars and kept on fighting all the way to Vietnam, literally. So, from one of the conversations my grandma had with her dad, she was talking with me and she said, I said, my grandma, why we in New York? You from D.C., you from Virginia, and Daddy, your husband, he's from down south, and your daddy, he's from even further south, and your grandma, they all from Virginia. Why we in New York? And my grandmother said the cutest thing to me, I never will forget. She said, Daddy came here. My daddy came here because they put a statue here that reminded him of his mother. I'm not lying. You know, I'm not lying. She said when he came home from World War I, he heard that she was installed, that she was here. And he wanted to see his mother again. Because his mother had died when he was a younger man. So he came to New York to find the Statue of Liberty, because the Statue of Liberty reminded him of his mother down in Louisiana. So by and by, you know, there were a lot of wars, and at some point he was, sometimes we would lose him because there were so many wars, and when he would come home from war, we wouldn't know where to find him, right? He was a wanderer. So Grandma came to New York to find her daddy, because her daddy came to New York to see his mother, because that's how Americans are. Because Americans are inviting, Americans are welcoming. From Louisiana to Tennessee to South Carolina to North Carolina to New York City to Philadelphia, we are loving, accepting, open-hearted people. Please don't come into our country and tell us that we can't have what we have shared with you. You're not sharing it with us. This is our nation. We share it with you. Have some respect. We don't want to be communists. We don't want to be socialists. We don't want to be fascists. We just want to be Americans. We want to have free trade. We want to interact with one another fairly. We want to have respect for one another's privacy, one another's peace. And we just want to be. And that's it. Just be. We just want to be. We're not asking for permission to exist. We already exist. And that was my TED Talk. I thank you for attending my TED Talk today. I appreciate your time and your attention. We don't want to be communists, all right? Your local, untrained weather woman out. Blue skies, by the way. If you want your meteorologist report, we have blue skies, lots of sun. You don't have to wrap your hair today. You may come outside today. You are safe. You could put on a hat to protect your skin if you like to. And as far as everything else is concerned, I hope you have a wonderful day. I love you. I want you to win. I want me to win. Keep on winning. Peace.